All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is well. Welcome, welcome. My freaking brain is not working 100% right at the moment, so you're going to have to forgive me. It's going to take me a while for everything to kick in. Before we jump into anything, I would like to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat, no racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people lit up in blue with the blue wrenches are going to boot you out of here. Simple as that, because we're not going to have it. All right. So now that we have that established, right, I hope everybody is doing well. Today was yeah, I do look like I just woke up because I did just wake up. Yeah, I took a power nap for like an hour, and it's like everything is not. I set the alarm for like 20 minutes too, and today it seems like it's taking longer for the cobwebs to clear out. So, but anyhow, um, yeah. So right now, we had a much better day today here at the homestead. Weather was much. It started out really really cold this morning, and then the sun did come out finally, and what a difference. Even though I mean there was no wind today and it was still cooler, and then it warmed up as the day went on. But even this morning with the sun out, uh, it was 20 something degrees at like 10 o'clock this morning, and but it still felt warmer if that makes any sense. But yeah, we and the snow's starting to melt. It's not all melted yet, but it's starting. So here's to a brown Christmas. Uh, yeah, it's the weather. It's over the next several days is supposed to be warmer. Like 40s in the daytime. So I think we're going to see, that getting better and better as far as getting rid of the snow. You guys can have it. I've had enough through the years. I don't need to see. I mean, I even like up north when for years and years and years, and people would be like, "Oh, I want a white Christmas." I'd be like, "Why?" you know, why? Yes, and tomorrow, Larry just pointed out, tomorrow's the 21st, and at 10:47 tomorrow night is the winter solstice, which I am delighted. I cannot wait because it is the shortest day of the year, and then we slowly will start getting more and more daylight after that. And somebody had pointed out yesterday, I believe, that we'll add like 5 minutes of daylight per day. So, and Larry's saying 1 minute per day. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'll have to look at that. But all I know is it's the winter solstice. It's the shortest day of the year, and then we start getting slowly, very slowly, into longer days. So I mean, you're really not going to notice the difference for at least a month, but it'll slowly start getting better. But yeah, but the Potato Joe will still be in the dark. Yeah, no kidding. Uh, so here's a couple things that I wanted to really talk about in this live stream. There is a lot, folks, a lot to be concerned about. I really don't think that people grasp the reality of how bad things can turn really, really quickly. The government, our government, is saying that they're expecting an attack at any point in time on our navy, over in the Middle East. Right? We just added a third ship into the Red Sea, and people like, yeah, 80K man says on the edge. We are absolutely on the edge, and I'm not. I'm going to tell you what. I don't sit here and I don't do doom and gloom. You guys know that. I've talked about that a lot. I think it's counterproductive to be talking about that all the time. Yeah, and here's talking about, yeah, the border wide open too. Well, and they act like they got it under control, like they're doing anything. When was the last time? Now, remember, if you remember, Biden put Harris in charge of the southern border. When was the last time you saw anything happen with that? Viking Prepper just said the Rocket Man. Well, they just did, and so the list. There, I mean, there's so many things we could just go down this laundry list of things going on. But one of the things that, if you saw the news today, that North Korea did that test, right? They did that missile test, and our response to that was we had a squadron of bombers fly close to the border over there. It's insanity. It is insanity. Yeah, I saw. Okay, the whole thing with Trump with Colorado and stuff. It never's. They're that afraid. I want you to think about that. That they are that afraid that he is going to get reelected, and I think that he's going to get reelected. I don't think that they can ban him. So you can't ban. Okay, so here's my take on this. All right, there is nothing, and I have to say this very, very carefully, okay? The alleged insurrection of January 6th, how's that? Does that work, right? That we have been told that there was this horrible insurrection. So, I'm not saying that there was, and I'm not saying that there wasn't. But he has not been convicted in a court of law saying that he was behind that 100%. It's all Trump's fault and blah, blah, blah. Now, I remember Trump saying, come down, protest peacefully, state your piece. If you remember that, I remember that. Okay, I remember it. So for Colorado to come off with this, oh well, you know, he's guilty of this, leading this insurrection, and it's all tactics being done. They're doing everything in their power that they possibly can to not let him be the candidate because, and let's be honest, all the polls show right now, if the election was held today, that Trump gets reelected president. Joe Biden is clueless. The Democrats have to do something because there's no way that what he's done in his time in office that he is reelectable for. What amazes me is they keep touting how awesome the economy's doing. Oh, the economy's doing great. The economy's doing fantastic. Everything is coming together well. But is it? I mean, for Joe average American, is things better since Biden's been in office, or are they worse? And that's what I think most people. You think the Red Sea could lead to World War III? It would not shock me, Marshmallow Man. It would not shock me at all. Uh, and I've been talking about this for a little bit for a while. It's almost as though, okay, and I'm not saying it is, and I'm not saying that it isn't, but it appears to be, allegedly, looks like that our government wants to get into something. They want to get into something, and they're waiting for the excuse to do so. So they're putting our soldiers, our naval, all those folks that are over there in that area in harm's way. And eventually, you know, somebody's going to do something, and where's it going to pop off first, folks? Is it going to pop off in the South China Sea? Is there going to be a situation with China and Taiwan? Could that be the catalyst? Could it be? And this is what I think people don't understand. And I'm going to be really frank here for a moment, so bear with me. And I've said this for a long time. There's two countries, folks, that are zero threat to the United States of America. Two countries. But the fear mongers, right, are trouting all the time. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. If North Korea was stupid enough to launch a nuclear weapon against the United States of America, right? Let's talk about this. If they were stupid enough to do so, we would wipe them off the planet. They would cease to exist. And I'm not saying we would bomb them or this, and we would nuke the crap out of them. If they put a nuke on us, then that would be it. That'd be the end of story. And nothing is going to happen differently. We would nuke the crap out of them. North Korea knows that. A lot of what's going on is grandstanding. It's fear mongering, in my opinion, with that situation. Okay. Iran is not a threat to the United States of America either, folks. They don't have the manpower. They don't have the ability to do, all these things that people want to, oh, this is going on, or they're going to do this, or they're not doing squat. Again, and I want you to think of, and here's the reality. Does the average American, okay, does the average American want to see us destroy other countries? Do they? I don't think so. I think the average American wants to live in peace. I think the average American wants to take care of their families, be around the ones that they love, not send their young men and women off to die for the government, for oil, or any other reason. Okay. And so I believe that in Iran, most of the average citizens feel the same way. I think in North Korea, the average citizen feels the same way, you know. Right, and that's a good point, Nick. Nick said we've been attacked over 100 times in the last month and we've done nothing about it. And all that does is encourages them to continue to do so. The drone strikes on alleged places where Iranian-backed rebels, if you will, were doing missile attacks or attacking American troops. We did supposed drone strikes. Did that stop anything? That change anything? Right? So, and how many different countries you think are coming through the border? I think that there are a lot of enemy agents in this country right now from many different places. And if you think about, we are spread so thin, and we've put a lot of troops way away from America. They're not near America right now. I want you to, so let's think about this a second. Our troops are spread thin. We have a lot of troops over, around Taiwan, playing games over there. A lot of our navies there. A lot of our navies in the Red Sea. Dealing with that situation, dealing with the situation with Iran and Hamas, and dealing with that. So we got a large presence over there. So a lot of our troops are not here. A lot of our troops are not here. Wouldn't that be an awesome, perfect time to have an attack in the United States, an organized attack in the United States, causing chaos, confusion, attacking the power grid? I mean, it's that simple, folks, and it ain't going to take much. And people would lose their minds. They'd lose their minds because they're just not ready for anything in any way, shape, or form. Now, I'm going to be hopeful. You know, National Guard is used for internal matters. Let me explain something to you. The National Guard is a joke. I was in the Army, okay? The National Guard is a joke. A joke. Weekend warriors, yeah. Good luck with that one, okay? So, not to be disparaging, but uh, the National Guard was never thought highly of. I will put it that way within the military system. So, maybe it's changed since I've been out. I've been out of the military a long, long time. Um, but I don't believe so. You know, yeah. We're in trouble, folks. We're in big, big trouble, and we're being set up for a huge fail. A huge fail. Old dudes who are over 300 pounds. Not necessarily that, but you just you don't. They're not militarily ready like a regular soldier is. When you're in the National Guard, so you're looking. If you're in the National Guard, your commitment is what, 1 weekend a month, I believe, and 2 weeks in the summer. You're not really staying sharp with those small type of things. There, the hope that we have, the hope that we would have, honestly, on American soil, is there's a lot of veterans out here, a lot of veterans. We ain't taking no crap, you know. We would deal with things as we had to, but but how much damage, how quickly? I want you to think, and I've talked about this, and I'm gonna, I'll talk about it till I'm blue in the face if I have to. What do we got? 339 in the chat, guys. We're at 125 on the thumbs up. If you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. I do appreciate that. It makes a huge, huge difference with the algorithms. So thank you for that reason as well. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right, so I've traveled this country extensively. I've been all over this country. I love this country. I think it's one of the greatest countries in the world. Uh, it's when they say it's a land of opportunity, it truly is the land of opportunity. If you're willing to put the work in, you can accomplish and do pretty much anything that you want to. Okay. Here's the problem with our power grid. All right. And I'm going to tell you what, the last time that I checked, cameras at substations are not protecting the substations. When I was in New York, and there was a couple of substations that I knew of, and they're out in the country, guys. They're out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around them. So they have the substation is there. It has a fence around the substation, barbed wire, okay, but there's nobody there protecting that substation. There's not people going to stop somebody or be there in time to stop somebody if there's a coordinated attack on that substation. Well, if you have a tremendous amount of people, which is a real possibility in this country because our porous southern border, if you have a coordinated group of people that decide, okay, we're doing this attack, and they hit all these substations, that would put them down. And it wouldn't be a couple of hours or a couple of days. It would be weeks or months if we were fortunate to be able to, you know, get those fixed. And even if we don't, and so here's the other part, we don't have the spare parts to fix them. So they would have to decide, the powers that be in this country, where do we fix first? And what do we say? Sorry. And wouldn't that be a great way to draw people into certain areas? Because, well, hey, we have power and we can help you, and you can come here and you'll be safe and blah, 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 right? As long as you do as you're told, as long as you comply to whatever they tell you to do, it's such a real possibility. It's frightening. I had some friends of mine, they were doing a prepper get together, and back country roads. They showed me how to get there. So I'm taking these back country roads, and on this back country road, there's the substation right there. No houses around it, no people around it. Again, a fence around it, big deal. Okay. And if it's got cameras, big deal. If you are going to attack the power station, by the time anybody could even respond, it would be too late. Ed had a substation took down by two people in about 5 seconds, blew the substation up. Yeah, it is so easy that it is ridiculous. Really, truly is. And people just don't get it. People just don't get it, you know? And that's been our Achilles heel. That's why I'm always telling you guys, have some kind of backup power source and not just a generator. Okay. And I love when people say, like I have the backup generator here, for the solar system. If I need to use it, obviously I do. Like today was a great day, great Sunday. So I obviously did not need to use a generator at all today, even though we're in the shorter days of the year. Got enough sunshine. The sun was out all day long. So while the sun was up, we were able to power. So it was that was a good day. But that's not always the case this time of year. And this time of the year, obviously the days are much, much shorter. You know, there's so much that could happen so quickly. And I want you to let's look at a direct result of the grid going down. All right. If there's an attack on our power grid, which I will not be surprised when it happens, won't shock me at all. I won't be like, oh my God, I can't believe that this happened. The power grid gets knocked out. And I want you to think about this, right? If the power grid is knocked out, gas stations aren't pumping gas. They can't pump any kind of gas. So, whatever gas they have in their tanks, what do you think is going to happen with that gas in those tanks? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Within a couple of days, if not sooner, people are going to go, screw this. This is bad. We're going and we're going to get as much gas as we possibly can. So, whatever gas cans or tanks or whatever they have, they're going to run down hoses into those tanks. They're going to pop off the stuff off of them, and they're going to get all the gas out of those gas can or stations as they can. You are going to see run on stores. There'll be nothing in stores. And it's not, when I say run on stores, folks, I'm not talking about people are going to go in and buy. People are going to go in and take. Your little convenience stores that are all over the place, right? Dollar Generals, all those type of places. We've got the propane tanks out front. You think that it's going to stop anybody from saying, screw this, this is bad, we're getting as much out of here as we can? People are going to go in and they're going to clean those places out. And they'll just take stuff because it's there to take. Think about how bad it would be in the cities. I mean, the cities are going to be the worst. It's going to happen everywhere. It would happen absolutely everywhere. There would be nothing within inside of days. When they tell you that you have 72 hours to get to where you need to be, because after 72 hours, it's going to get really bad. Okay. I don't believe you have 72 hours. I really don't. I think if you have 24, I think you're going to be lucky. I think it's going to get real ugly really, really fast. People are going to, when you have people, again, and I've talked about this, the scariest people in the world, all right, is not your Green Beret. It's not your highly trained, military people. The scariest people in the world are people that are scared and desperate and have nothing to lose. Those are the ones you got to watch out for because they don't care. They have nothing to lose. So, 80K Man says, no power, no card readers, cash is king. For a very short time, 80K Man, until people realize that money is worthless, that cash is worthless. And that'll happen really quickly. You'll have people taking advantage of that situation. They'll be selling gas for ridiculous amounts of money and stuff like that. Okay. But in very short order, very, very short order, there's not going to be squat. So again, the more prepared you are, the better shape you're going to be. Being able, and again, I talked about this in a couple of videos that I've just done recently. I'm trying to get different videos to hopefully make people think and stuff like that. Having a way to recharge batteries, having rechargeable batteries is hugely, hugely important because, all right, if you want to have those flashlights and stuff to be able to see, that would be great. Yeah, no power grid, no more supplies to stores, Viking Prepper. Absolutely 100%. That's 100%. That's a fact. No kidding around, no playing around. The trucks ain't rolling, nothing's moving, nothing else is coming. And so, why would I need silver? Silver is still going to retain value. That's why you should have silver. Um, and you don't have to have a ton of it. You only see, to me, you get silver when you put yourself in a situation where you have a lot of other supplies available already. Silver and gold will be barterable still. Okay, precious metals are still going to retain value even after an SHTF event. You'll be able to. People are still going to want them. They're still going to want them. So people are going to know. So because here's the delusion in people's minds. Okay, well, things will eventually go back to normal, right? Will they? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But if I have a ton of supplies, if I'm sitting on a big pile of stuff and you need that stuff, you're going to trade me whatever I want to get that stuff. That's a fact. That's a fact. So you will see in the cities, you will see in the areas where the big supply houses are, where Walmart and all those other places have their distribution centers. You'll see people go in there and they will take those over. They will take them over. And when they do, they will have control over what's there for however long that's there. And bartering is going to be the way it's going to be done. Not at first. There's no way in the beginning. There's not going to be any bartering. There's going to be murder, rape, chaos, mayhem, you know, anarchy. Eventually, you will see bartering come back once things calm down. And by that point, the majority of the people in this country would not be here anymore. I've talked about this before, guys. Nobody's beating America. Nobody's coming onto American soil with an invading army and thinking they're going to win. It's just not going to happen. There's too many of us out here that are armed, that are willing and able to defend this country. All right. Hundreds of books like 1 Second After and show you how many different things can happen. Oh my, that's a great point. There's a lot of books out there. It doesn't have to be one scenario. It can be a myriad of things that could go wrong. Think about if somebody decided to poison our water system. Wouldn't be that difficult. It really wouldn't be. I talked about in Rochester, New York. You know, they have an area where they have the water, and it's a big open thing. It's all open, and they have, you know, a fence around it. But anybody ever hear of drones? Right? I mean, you know, oh, you like me feeding the deer? Yeah, those deer are very, very cool. I got two of them, a little buck and a little doe that literally, like you saw in that video, that they're right there. And there's the other ones. There was a mama, a bigger one. She was kind of thinking about coming up, and I talked to them the whole time. I talked to those deer the whole time. It's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun, and I like doing that. But yeah, so yeah, how many community water sources are local lakes? There's a lot of that too, Okie Forge, exactly. So if somebody poisons those, uh, you know, think about it. I mean, it's really not that difficult. Um, it's really not that difficult. So I don't know. Like I said, it's just I don't want people to be living in fear and be afraid and scared all the time. And oh my God, this could happen or that could happen. But you have to be smart at the same time. The old saying is you prepare for the worst and you hope for the best. I'm a big believer in, you know, I like commodities. I like goods that I can utilize, that I can use, that are going to help me in the long run. That's what, you know, one of the reasons why I got into prepping in the first place. And, you know, that's why I do what I do. And that's why I'm doing what we're doing down here, you know. And we need to have good people survive what's going to happen. And if you're not organized and you're not squared away and you're not part of something somewhere, you're going to be in big trouble really quickly. Now, do I think every one of my members is going to make it down here when the time comes? They're not. That's realistic. Some will make it. I hope most make it, to be honest with you. But you have to be realistic. You have to look at the odds and say, okay, I'm coming from XYZ far away. And I'm going to put it into perspective for you folks, okay? I am 537 miles away from my family in New York. So my daughter, right? My son is even further away than that because he's living in Rochester with his mother. You know, my niece and my mom are all they're all in Batavia. You know, so my sister, her fiance, my daughter, her boyfriend, they're 537 miles away and they're the closest. What are the odds, realistically? Unless I mean, I'll tell you right now, I have said to Heather, I said if I call you and I say get down here now, I said you drop everything and you get down here now. I said that's it. No ifs, ands, or buts, no questions, no nothing. I said you just come. And if it's a false alarm, you use a couple of sick days with work, whatever the case may be. But the sooner you make that call, the sooner that you go, this is not looking good. We need to do something. We need to get out of Dodge. We need to get to our bug out location. Boom. You drop it, you pack up, and you go. And hopefully, you've had enough time to prepare and stuff like that. Same here, Ed. 6.5 hours away from my daughter. Very worried. Yeah, Winter Homestead. I get it, man. I get it. It's an 8-hour drive in optimal conditions from here to my New York place. So 8 hours in great conditions. So the lucky thing, most of the drive is all highway. So you're not really going through a bunch of small little towns, which is good. But like I said, it can turn real ugly real quick. And what do you think the military is going to do? You think they're going to allow, after a certain amount of time, a lot of highway travel? Probably not. So you better know how to do your secondary roads and your secondary locations of how to get to your location so that you can circumvent those type of things. So my daughter lives in Washington State and I live in Michigan. I'm just glad that she is a prepper. Oh, that's good, Dawn. That's good. So like I said, folks, I mean we prep. I mean, I'm 3/4 of my life realistically are probably over, right? I'm pushing 60 years old. So, I mean, how much time realistically do I have? 20, 25 years? And will those be 25 great years? And will I be physically active and fit for all 25 of those if I live to 85? My dad was 85, right? So, I mean, there's longevity in my family. My mom is 80 at the moment. So, I mean, the longevity is there. They both had. I mean, my mom's still very active. She drives. She does all that type of stuff too. So she's not sitting in a nursing home rotting somewhere. So that's a good thing. My dad, up to 3 months of his death, lived on his own, worked a part time, and still drove a car. So but that was quality of life to me. That he still had good quality of life. But again, we got to pay attention to things. We got to pay attention to what's going on out there and stay proactive and, do the best you can, uh, you know, until it's too late. Exactly, Morning Light. You do exactly what we can do until we can't do it anymore. And when we can't do it anymore, then it's time to put up or shut up. You know, people can say whatever they want to say. They can talk all the smack that they want to talk. Uh, you know, I have said from day one, the last place you're going to want to try to think that you're going to go and take supplies from is a prepper group or a prepper compound. I want you to think about this now. Um, Southern Prepper One, he's ex-military. He has a group of people as well. They've been getting ready for how long? His place, excuse me, his place is, you know, uh, very fortified. He's been working on stuff there and doing all that type of things. So you think people are going to easily go in there and take his stuff from him and his family? I don't think so. Okay. So unless you don't want to have a long life expectancy, that was the way I would look at it. It's not a game. It's not a video game. It's not playing Call of Duty on your video game where if your character dies, you just reload and start again. Real life is a whole lot different. A whole lot different. And you got to do what you have to do. And I just think that I, I I know human nature. I've been around enough. I've seen enough stuff, and I know how people act now. I see how people act now with rule of law, with the rules. Look at how people act now with the rules. What do you think those people are going to do when there's no rule of law, right? No rule of law. You're never getting in trouble. You're not going to get locked up. Nothing's going to happen. There's a lot of people out there can't wait for that to happen. Can't wait for it. Hope it happens because then they can just go out there and they can do whatever they want to do and there's nobody's going to stop them. But well, people will stop them. There'll be a final stopping at that point. So what do we got? 417 in the chat. We got 189 thumbs up so far. Again, guys, that's not even half. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, again, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. It really does make a huge difference with the algorithms. So I thank you ahead of time for that. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure that you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. The ones that I hope for are the ones that won't make it. I hear you, 80K, man. I hear you 100%. People don't listen. They don't pay attention. You know, oh, everything's going to be fine. Nothing's ever going to happen. The reality is something always will happen. Cities will implode on each other. I mean, it would be a nightmare. If you're in a city, you know, I'll tell you what, I love Angry Prepper. I think he's a great guy, very, very squared away guy. And I know he has a plan, but getting out of that city is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare. And I hope he makes it, and I hope he can do it, because it ain't going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty in any way, shape, or form. So, you know, you look at the way things are with crime right now and how bad things are with crime right now. I mean, do that times 100. Do it times 1,000. There's your post-event world, folks. I had somebody say one time, because I base, you know, I've been pretty forthright up front with, you know, somebody comes here, you know, they're done. If you come here with bad intentions, you know, we're going to do our best to stop you from doing what you think you're going to do. And I've talked about what I would do, whatever is necessary to protect the people that I care about. And I had somebody come in and they were like, well, you know, when things got back to normal, you'll be arrested and you'll be tried. There is, you know, what people are, this delusion that, you know, what, like all of a sudden, you know, 6 months from now, you know, after complete chaos and most of the people are done and gone, you know, because they've been killed and raped and murdered or died of starvation or died from stupidity, which is going to take care of a lot of people in itself. You know, natural selection will definitely be a big part of that process. There's no more safe rooms or participation trophies at that point. You sink or swim, period. And the strong will survive. The cunning will survive. You don't have to be the biggest and the strongest to survive in an SHTF situation. You got to use this. If you know how to use this and you have the skill set and you have, yeah, things would never go back to normal, Carol. They would never go back to normal. So there's not going to be anybody coming to arrest you. And if they tried, I want you to think about that, okay? So law and order is restored, right? So they come to your group. Now you have this compound that you're protecting, and they say, okay, law and order is restored. Let us in and give up your stuff. You think people are going to do that? They're going to go bite it, you know? I just, people are delusional. They don't get it. They don't get it. Even under rule of law, there's a difference between murder and justifiable homicide. Absolutely. But in a world without rule of law, you, the individual, everybody, every one of you will be judge, jury, and executioner. I want you to think about that and wrap your minds around that. Do you have what it takes? Could you, if you sit in the deepest part of yourself, could you do what you needed to do to protect the people that you care about? And you know, and like I said, I'm real comfortable with who I am. And like, am I the toughest guy in the world? Absolutely not. Never claimed to be. Never wanted to be. Okay, but I will tell you this right now: if you are part of my family, if you are part of my group, I will protect you with every breath that I have, and I will do whatever is necessary to make sure that my group and my family are safe. That's the end of the story, you know? Yeah, at how long before people's medications run out? That's a great point as well. That's a great point. We are the most heavily medicated country in the world, the most heavily medicated country in the world. And you know, it's insanity. and there's not going to be any more medications for anybody. So you're either going to get healthier or you're not making it. I mean, you have people that are on life-saving medication that they have to have it to survive. I've talked about, my daughter was dating a kid for a while that was an insulin-dependent diabetic, and I said to her, because I don't, folks, I don't sugarcoat, I don't beat around the bush, I don't tell you everything's going to be fine, everything's going to be beautiful when it's not. Okay, that's just not who I am. I say it like it is, and I said to her, I said, you realize when SHTF hits when it happens, he ain't going to be around long. And it's not because he's not capable or willing or wants to be. He just wouldn't be because of being the insulin dependent diabetic. If you don't have it, you're not going to be here. And that's the reality. I want you all to think about the people in your families and realistically think about this. The people in your families that are on all kinds of medications, they got to have all kinds of things for this, that, the other thing. When that's not available, they're going to go through a withdrawal. All right. And for some people, it's not going to be pretty at all. Some people are not mentally strong. We could probably point out a whole bunch of them on YouTube and TikTok and all those other things that you see out there where people are having these meltdowns, and you go, what in the heck is wrong with these people? But that's our society right now. Those people, they'll be one of the first ones to go. And if they're not taken out by somebody else, they'll take themselves out because they don't want to live in a world that isn't the way it is now. They won't be able to handle it. So uh, you know, you have to look at things realistically, and you have to realize, okay, changes are going to need to be made. They're going to have to be made. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so people need to be prepared for that. I've talked to you. Yeah, no more Narcan. Well, what a sad thing that will be, right? Village Homestead. Oh my God, unbelievable with that. We won't even touch that subject and what my thoughts are on that. 80K man says my 91-year-old father says the best medication is a nip of brandy daily. There you go. So, but oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. But we're all going to lose people that we care about. Fact, absolutely a fact. And it's how you deal with that, how you come to grips with that, and how much you want to survive. And I love when people say to me, um, "Oh, I wouldn't want to survive that," and blah blah blah. You're full of crap. You're full of crap. Okay, I'm sorry. Anybody that gives me that mantra, "Oh, I wouldn't want to survive," well, then my suggestion would be to them: take yourself out really early in a true SHTF situation, because human nature, it is so ingrained in us. When you're watching videos, let me ask you. So we'll put it in perspective. You see the videos down in Florida. People get taken out into the ocean by a riptide, right? What do they do? What do they do? They fight like crazy, and they eventually exhaust themselves, and a lot of them drown because of that. Okay, people are going to fight to survive. They're going to do everything in their power to survive. Well, you don't want, yeah, they swim against it, 80K man. Instead of going out with it, let it take you out and then go away from it, because you're not fighting the current. The current's going to take you where it's going to take you. There's nothing you can do about that. Nothing you can do about that. So, but our natural instinct is to survive. We will fight to our last breath. You see it over and over again, so, but, you need to be squared away. You need to be ready. If you're overweight, I'm overweight, folks. I not gonna lie, be 100% honest. I'm overweight. You know, and so it's going to be a whole different world after an SHTF event. It really is. There ain't going to be no more fast food, no more getting that you like and this that you like and all that type of stuff. It isn't going to be there. So we're all going to lose weight, guaranteed, 100%. We're all going to lose weight. You know, if you try to get yourself in somewhat better shape ahead of time, you're going to be in better shape. And it's something that I've had to take a look at myself recently and go, I need to do something. I'm, you know, just being honest. Uh, you know, so I don't like where my weight's at, and it's time for me to do something about it. But I lost weight thanks to Bidenomics because you can't afford to eat. Yeah, no more hair and nail salons. Oh, like I said, all that type of stuff will be out the window, out the window. But Ed, thankfully, I've never been on medications ever. In fact, I've never had a headache in my life, and I'm 61. Well, you're really lucky. You're really lucky on that one. That's. I'm glad to hear that, and that's awesome. But you know, it's winter ed extra installation. Now I got too much installation right now. Okay, egg count. All right, sorry guys. Let's go ahead before we do the egg count. So don't start giving it to me yet. Don't start doing it yet. Um, we got 440 in the chat. We got 230 on the thumbs up. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. Again, it does make a huge difference with the algorithms as well. So thank you ahead of time for doing it for those reasons. And also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So thank you ahead of time for that. Now, how many eggs today? And yes or no for the white hen. So I'll give you that moment to get your guesses in, and we will go from there. Give you guys a moment, and I'm going to have a drink. All right. If you had the same exact guess as All Seeing Cats with 3 eggs today and no for the white hen, she did not lay today, but we had 3. It's weird. It's pretty much been almost 3 a day, and she does lay most days. The white hen does lay most days, but she took today off, and but we did get 3 eggs today, so that was a good thing. So congratulations to All Seeing Cats. You've won absolutely nothing, but you are happy, so that's a good thing. So that's it. I won nothing. Congratulations. That's awesome. You got bragging rights. You got bragging rights until the next live stream. So again, going back to what we were talking about very early in the video, guys, we got a lot of our troops out there in harm's way, uh, almost like big targets on their back. Our own government is saying that an attack is imminent, that it probably will happen, that our troops will be attacked. We have had the Houthi rebels, which is such a joke in itself. Uh, they've been, you know, shooting or doing drones attacks on the ships, and a lot of the big shipping companies have rerouted their ships right now. We've put more of our troops in the area. We got a 3rd ship in the area right now. Why are we not blowing them to Kingdom Come? Who? And realistically, if we did, we're justified for doing so, right? They're attacking us, so it's not like we're unprovoked, no provocation. We're being attacked. Wipe them out. You know, but what does our esteemed leader do, right? Maybe he's having another ice cream. I don't know. It's just it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So and it's not going to stop. It's just not going to stop. You know, and I'll tell you what, as much as a lot of you, you know, and probably not on here so much, but a lot of the people hate Trump. They didn't play these games when Trump was in office, folks. They did not play. He met with the North Korean leader there. He met with him. Happy holidays to everyone. Mr. JC Pizza, thank you very much for the donation as well. Thank you for that. Appreciated. So, yeah, we're getting close to Christmas too here. Very, very close to Christmas. Yeah, he even crossed the border. Exactly. Yep. But they would not be playing these games. Um, they would not be playing these games. We have weak leadership, and it shows. The world thinks of us as a joke right now, um, and so we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, 12/24 is 1 year since we lost North Shore Preparedness. That's right. Wow, that's a year already. Wow, time flies. Time flies. At the end of the day, let's face it, he's a real man, like it or not. Yeah, he is. He's not somebody they're going to screw with. Ed, do you think Canada would be involved in an attack on the states? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No way. Absolutely no way ever. No. Uh, we've been protecting Canada for how many years, realistically? Nobody screws with Canada because Canada is an American ally. And, they don't have the military capacity, number one. So yeah, that would never be a realistic expectation. But yeah, it's just life is interesting. It talking about North Shore preparedness being a year on the 24th. I look back and I lost my grandfather in 1992. I lost my grandmother in 2002. And I look back at that and how many years now that is ago, and I just go, man, that's crazy. My dad's been gone. How long's he been gone now? He has been gone 11 years already, I think. My dad was 85 when he passed. Yeah, so he's been gone 11 years already. So, you blink and the years fly by. I mean, my twins are 22 years old now. And it's just lost my mom in 2005 and my dad in 2018. Yeah, and you just look and you go, where did that time go? So, yep, you swim parallel to the shore. Yep, exactly. Yep, Serenity Seal. Thank you for that about swimming in the ocean with the riptide. See, I don't swim in the ocean. Um, I'll go in the ocean. I've been in the ocean. Really don't have a huge desire. There's too many things out there that can eat you, and you can't see them because the water is so dirty. And no, thank you. I'll tell you what's neat though. If you ever get a chance to get down to Miami and go in the ocean in Miami, you'll just float. You can't sink. You can't sink, and because there's so much salt in there that you basically, when you lay up, it just holds you. It's really the weirdest thing you ever saw. So yeah, the ocean is its own society, that's for sure. I told you guys a story. I think I'll tell you again real quick. Was down in Daytona Beach with my first wife, and we decide let's go in the ocean. There's nobody out. There's me and her on the beach. There's like nobody else out there for whatever reason. I don't know why. Whatever time of year we went, probably off season. So we're out in the ocean and we're chest deep in the ocean, right? We're just enjoying it. It's beautiful. It's the waves are coming in gentle. Just sitting there and enjoying it. And then I look to my left, and literally 20 feet to my left, I saw a fin break the surface. Okay. To this day, folks, I couldn't tell you if it was a shark, if it was a dolphin. I have no idea. But I knew this: there was me and her in the ocean. That's it, chest deep. And I just saw a fin break 20 feet away. I grabbed her hand and I went, run. And she goes, what? I go, just run. And we run. And once we got in, I told her what I saw. I don't like those odds. That's not good odds. Okay. So yeah, that was kind of like my last, yeah, I'll stay out of the ocean type of thing. So, but And I went to Nassau, Bahamas, and the water is so clear. Oh, I know, down there is beautiful. Yeah, I've never been down that way, but I've seen the pictures and I've heard about it. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful down there. Going to the Miami Bills game in January. Sorry we embarrassed your Cowboys. It happens, 80K man. What can you do? What are you going to do? It happens. Can't win them all. So hopefully we'll help you guys out this week by beating the Dolphins. That would be nice. I'd like to see that happen. So had two small sharks swim between my legs on a sandbar in Florida. Yeah, I won't do that again. Yeah, I hear you. So yeah, I did a Fred Flintstone on top of it. I'll tell you what, I was just like, time to go. Time to go. So, but anyway, folks, we got to look at the situation. We got to look what's going on. Look how spread thin we are. And the home front is left pretty vulnerable right now. And, with the southern border and the northern border, people seem to forget that the northern border is there too. Very porous all the way around, all the way around. Very, very porous. And very easily, people that don't like America can get in here right now. And don't be stupid to think that they are not organized, that they are not squared away, that they do not have good leadership. The people that lead those type of people, they're very squared away, and they're very smart, and they're very organized, and they have an agenda, and they feel right that they have God on their side. So it's kind of scary when you have somebody that is devout in that. So things can happen. Things can happen in a blink of an eye. We can go to bed tonight, right? Wonderful, nice day, great weather, whatever the case may be, wherever you are in the country. It's just a normal day. You went to work, you did your job, you came home, you took care of your family, you tucked the kids into bed, you petted your dog and your cat, and off you go. You go to sleep, and you could wake up into complete chaos. Complete chaos. So, and it can happen that quick. I mean, look back on 9/11, folks. Did that not change everything for a lot of people that particular day? We did a collective, oh my God, I think most of the country did. I'll never forget that. It's one of those things when people say, like when JFK was killed, right? People that were alive at that time, they could tell you exactly where they were, exactly what they were doing when they got the news that when JFK was killed. And I can speak, I think, for a lot of us older folks here that are here, when 9/11 happened, I'll never forget exactly where I was, exactly what I was doing, and exactly what was happening. And, it's just, I will never, ever forget that because it was something that was so ingrained that day. Uh, Very, very scary. So, strong men make tough decisions, weak men make popular decisions. Well, there's that like my ex-wife used to say, and that would be the second ex-wife, uh, with the David Hasselhoff thing from Baywatch. She used to say, "Can't save them all, Hasselhoff," and that's the fact, folks. You can't save them all. You can't save everybody. So you do the best that you can. You try to look out for the people that you can, and you go from there. I'm a big believer in trying to help out people. I will definitely, when the time comes, my neighbors that are nearby, we'll sit down, we'll have a conversation, and hopefully we're all going to be willing to work together. May not be the case. Some people will just won't do it. They just won't. So then you wish them good luck, and you have a good day. And you tell them if something goes down, get here, and you can be safe. Because we're going to have a squared away situation. That's the game plan. And every day that we get, every minute that we get that we can prepare to get things to be in better shape down here, that's exactly what we're going to do. And time will tell. We'll find out if we're right. We'll find out if we're wrong. I have a sinking, sickening feeling that we're going to be 100% right, and that we've done a smart thing. And unfortunately, that's going to come with loss. And so we have to be, again, we have to be ready for those type of things. So, all right. On that note, let's go ahead and do some shout outs. We're at 396 in the chat, guys. We got 268 on the thumbs up. Uh, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. And again, I do appreciate that. It really does make a huge difference with the algorithms as well. So I thank you for that reason as well. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And I thank you ahead of time for all those reasons. And of course, always like, comment, and share, right? So, all right, we got Heavenly Hills Homestead. Ryan's a good guy growing giant vegetables. Let's definitely show him some support. You have Angry Prepper, that is Jason, down in New York City. Another good guy, very squared away individual. You have Bjorn Hansen. There is Corporal's Corner. You have Alaska Granny, Alaska Prepper. Rudy's a good guy as well. There is Demcat. I like his channel as well. There is I'm going blank a second. Bush Radical, Girl in the Woods, husband and wife team. Really like them a lot. There is Gray Man Prepping, Sean James channel with the Sean James and My Self Reliance, two different channels. Master Builder, great to watch him build. You have also Boss of the Swamp is another great guy, another great builder. Definitely worth listening to. You have Doug and Stacy. They've been around for a long time. You have 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. There is Green Greg's with his channel as well. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. There's East Tennessee Preparedness. Southern Prepper 1 with his Boots on the Ground series. Magic Prepper with up in North Dakota. Wrangle Star, that's Cody, a good guy there as well. A lot of good information there. You have Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Diamond's a great guy. A lot of good information on his channel as well. There is Ryan Hall Y'all with the weather, giving you all the information. Really good guy. Marfugal News and Adam and Dax out on the West Coast. Deep South Homestead, another really family-friendly oriented channel. You have Truly Tara doing her makeup videos. Mary Greeley News, giving you all the latest of what's going on with Yellowstone and all the earthquakes and stuff like that. There's Prep Rebel. You have going blank here. Pinball Preparedness. Yep, there's another one. Pinball's a good guy. You have Little House Off Gritty. There is also Townsend's. And you have The Economic Ninja is another channel. Survival Lily over in Europe, giving us all the information of what's going on there. Russell Brand. I like Russell Brand as well. Good guy. A lot of good information there. I think I said East Tennessee Preparedness already. But a lot of good information, guys. A lot of good channels out there. I think we should be supporting each other, and I think it's important that we do so. I'm going to have to find that book. It's driving me nuts. I know I got it here. I just have been busy, and I haven't had a chance to sit down and just go, okay, let me go find it. I will. I promise. I will make that effort to find that book. So either that or I'm going to have to write down in another book and go, I don't think I did Girl in the Woods in Bush Radical, husband-wife team. Also very good, both of them are. There is the Nomadic Movement down in Panama. Nice young couple down there. There is, who's the couple in Arizona? I'm going blank here. Malachi's Corner is another good channel. The ones in Arizona, what are those guys? I'm like going blank here. Bizariza Jizz is another really good channel. You guys are not helping. Dawn goes, I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, I can't think of it either. All right. Well, anyway, so that's it for the shout outs for right now, guys. Like I said, again, we're a small niche group community. We should be supporting each other. Oh, camping, the Green Dream Project. Thank you, Okie Forge. Thank you. Okie Forge helped me out there. They're out there doing their thing, showing you what it's like to live in the desert. So they're good too. And also camping with Steve Wallace doing stealth camping. Uh, there is Suspicious Observer is another one that I did not mention. Okay, so that's it. No more shout outs for right now. Again, we should be supporting each other. I think it's important that we do so. So I do appreciate that ahead of time. So yeah, I got to just watch. In all my free time, I'm going to do that. I will. Kyle's Cabin. I didn't say Kyle's Cabin with Kyle and Sierra. Thank you, Janet. Uh, where was I during 9/11? I was living in an apartment in Greece, New York, and it was Gaslight Square Apartments. It was a one-bedroom apartment. Amy was pregnant with the twins because that happened in September. She had the twins in October. So here she's out pregnant out to here. I was getting ready to go to work, and she came in and she goes, "A plane just hit one of the twin towers." And I went, "What?" And she goes, "A plane just hit one of the twin towers." So I came out of the bathroom, and she had the TV on, and we're watching. And as we're watching, and they're showing that, we watched the second plane come in and hit, because at first you thought it was an accident. And then when the second plane hit, then you realized it wasn't an accident. And, so that's where we're standing in our living room, watching that together. And I just never forget it. And then we watched the first tower fall. Um, and I said something to her then about that, which I can't say online because I will be accused of spreading misinformation. So even then, when I saw that happen, everything did not add up for me personally. So, but never forget that day. Again, I'll never ever forget that day. Josh wasn't with us that day. I think he was at his dad's. So, but yeah, very, very crazy. Ah, okay. I will show you again. Queen Bee just asked, what's the name of the ointment you used when you hurt your back? There it is right there. It's a horse liniment, okay, for sore joints and sore muscles. And I'm not telling you to use it. I will tell you this: I used it on myself per a recommendation from somebody else, and very good results when I used it on myself. So I'm not going to tell you to use it because that would be giving you medical information, which I won't do, or medical advice. I'm not a doctor, so I don't give medical advice. I know that when I use that on myself, it helped. So there you are. So you can either get it or not. It's up to you. So yes, I still sell the legacy freeze dried food on my website. So if anybody's interested, preppernurse1.com, go and check that out. I got it at Tractor Supply. Yep, 80K man, I got that. I got that at Tractor Supply. And actually, it was my daughter's boyfriend that recommended that. He said, "Hey," he said, "why don't you try this?" He goes, "Because I've had friends that used it and they said it worked really well." So I got it and tried it, and I said, "Wow, thank you." So, but not an approved Rogaine substitute. No, no, it does not grow hair. So, well, I didn't rub any here. So, anyway, but no, I absolutely love that. That worked awesome. And I'll tell you what, it's a 12-ounce thing, and I probably used it 3 times, maybe 4 times, and that was it, and that was enough. So, and then I went and saw my chiropractor and got an adjustment, and I feel good as new. Did three visits to the chiropractor, and all right. So what do we got? 289. We got 11 more to 300, guys. We got to hit 300 thumbs up. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. Again, I do thank you. 14.99 for the bottle. Yeah, something like that. 80K man, something in that range. Not bad. Not a bad price. So But yeah, it's so again, let's see, let's hit 300 thumbs up. That would be awesome. And if it goes beyond that, that's even better. So but again, pay attention to what's going on. You have to pay attention. You have to keep an eye out of what's happening. I would encourage all of you to just keep taking care of your business, take care of your families, do the best that you possibly can. When the time comes, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be, and we need to be as ready as we can be ahead of time. The more ready we are, the better shape we're going to be. So I don't. If they get us into a war, it won't be pretty. There'll be a lot of suffering because of that as well. Let's hope that that doesn't touch American soil, but it wouldn't shock me if it did, to be honest with you. And you know, hopefully we have time yet. People say, "Oh, well, we got this much time. Oh, well, we got that much time." And I would love to think that if, like I said, if we got another year, folks, I would be delighted if we got another year. I would be absolutely delighted because we're going to be in that much better shape if we get another year. But there's no guarantee of anything. Full of hopes that I was 8 months pregnant watching the lunchtime news. I was devastated. I'd spent a full day on top of a tower restaurant. I remember the faces of the staff. Awful. Oh yeah, yep, yep, absolutely. You know, I'll show the bottle again short. I'll show it one more time. Not a recommendation, not telling you to go and get this, uh, but it is a horse liniment that they sell at Tractor Supply. It is used for horses for sore muscles and joint pain. Uh, so, sore muscle and joint pain relief. There you are. All right. So, um, all right. There we are. But veterinary liniment. So, if you have a horse that's got some muscle tightness and pain or sore joints, highly recommended for your horses. So, anyhow, so highly recommended for horses. Yes, Okie Forge, absolutely. I highly, highly recommend it for horses. Not a bad prep item for your horses. I just, just putting it out there. Wouldn't be a bad idea to get 2, 3 bottles of it that could last a long time, so that I'm sure donkeys, it'll work for them too, Larry. Yes, indeed. So, anyway, guys, we are Legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. Where is everybody from tonight? So let's do that. We got Central Iowa with Robert, Franklin County, Ohio, Larry in Omaha, Nebraska. We have the UP of Michigan with Okie Forge in Nowhere, Oklahoma. BC, Canada with Janet. Huntsville, Alabama with Red. Weedsport, New York. We got Campbell, Missouri with Antonio. Kingsman, Arizona. Birdsboro, Pennsylvania. Let's see. East Central Illinois with Ranger. We got Texas with Piney Woods, East Texas. Very nice. Verone, BC, Canada with Gypsy Mama Prepper. Southwest Ohio with Barbara. We have Indiana's in the house. Detroit, Michigan. We have West Virginia with A. Taylor. Morning Light in southern West Virginia. Waterloo, New York with Sharon. Southeast Mass with Pappy, Two Bears. We got Virginia with Critter Lover. Missouri and the Ozarks with Delbert. Dayton, Ohio with Rhonda. We got Wyoming with Mary. Greenlee County, Arizona with Codster. Arizona once again. Anderson, South Carolina. Georgetown, Kentucky with D. Cape Cod, Mass. Let's see. The UK with Matt. Thanks for staying up late with us. Very much appreciated. We got Maine in the house with Penny. Western New York with Karen. West Central Ohio with Dale. Central New York with Village Homestead. We have Camp Corona, upstate New York. I love that. My daughter's traveling nurse, 13 weeks tour in Arizona. Good. That's awesome. Good money there. We got Ireland in the house with Full of Hope. Troy, North Carolina with Maverick. So, Anyway, guys, we're all over the country. We're all over the world. We are a huge network of people. We are the ones that can make a difference now. We can definitely make a difference after an event. So if you guys are not going to be joining me later in the week, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas ahead of time. I hope you guys get to spend it with people that you care about and that you love, and that you have an enjoyable time, and enjoy that family time. So, but yeah, we just like I said, I'm going to be here chilling. I we got invited. Steve and I got invited to go with one of the group members to have dinner, but I'm just gonna probably just I got to work that day anyway, so things to do. We got Manchester, England, Great Britain with Matt. Thanks for staying up late with us. Appreciate it. So, but yeah, probably just gonna relax and stay home. Like I said, my holiday that I cared about was Thanksgiving, and so that's and my kids are all grown. So yes, happy winter solstice tomorrow, first day of winter officially as well. So we will technically be in winter as of tomorrow as well, even though some of us have already had snow. That happens. So I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean as well. You guys are awesome. Very much appreciate what you guys do, keeping the chat clean. So, ladies and gentlemen that moderate for me, thank you very much. I appreciate all you guys being in the chat as well. A lot of fun. I'm going to be doing a live stream Sunday. Yes, Critter Lover. I will be on Sunday night. My schedule is going to stay the same. It's not going to change any because I'm going to be here. So, I'm not going anywhere. So, I will be live streaming Sunday night, and on Christmas, I will be still doing my live stream Monday night for my hardcore members. So if you would like to join us in that, you go to main page here on YouTube, hit the join button, become a hardcore member, and you can join us for that private stream. So I will be doing that private stream on Christmas because Christmas is on Monday. So, and I do that every Monday. So that is what we're going to be doing. So anyway, yep. So I'll live stream on Friday, and I'll be live streaming on Sunday night as well. So again, guys, remember we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we're going to be in much much better shape. Uh, there is, we have to stop letting them divide us over race, religion, political affiliation. It's all nonsense. It all doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. We have to come together as human beings. And when we do that, we can accomplish anything. Okay. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we have your tree decorated. There's no going to be no tree in the camper. For what? For me? So, but remember to tell the people that you care about every day how you feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Oh no, in the forest, Larry? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll pick out one of the trees and I'll throw tinsel on it. That's funny. But whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it. Nobody else. Stay away from the negativity. Stay away from negative people telling you what you cannot accomplish. If you set realistic goals and then you set about to making them happen, you can accomplish anything that you want. Okay, you really can. And that's look in the mirror, folks. That's the only one stopping you. So set realistic goals, set about to making them happen. And when you make that goal happen, then you set a new one. And, we've gone beyond and above our expectations here at the homestead this year. Really amazed with everything that we've gotten done this year. And next year is just going to be better. So, got a lot of work to do, and we will get there. So, it's a team effort. That's the biggest thing I think a lot of people don't get. It's a team effort. So, Anyway, be safe. I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.